Welcome back to the Daily Bible Breakdown. Today we're covering Numbers chapters 28 through 30. In these chapters we find that various laws are given concerning offerings and vows. In chapters 28 and 29 we find a list of the sacrifices that were to be made on a regular basis, as well as those to be offered on special feast days. With the new generation preparing to inhabit their land and establish some kind of normalcy, these reiterations were especially important. There were to be daily burnt offerings. That was a lamb offered in the morning and one in the evening as well. And there was to be an additional offering of 2 lambs each Sabbath. And on the first day of each month, there was to be an additional offering of 2 bullocks. After this, specifics for the sacrifices required for feast days are spelled out, beginning with the Passover and the Feast of Weeks or Pentecost, and then followed by the explanation of sacrifices to be offered on the first day of the 7th month, which was actually the beginning of their new year, and then the Day of Atonement, which was the 10th day of that same month, followed by the Feast of Tabernacles. In chapter 30, we find a lesson on the importance of keeping vows. This chapter is dedicated entirely to that subject. As we learned when we read of the Nazirite vow in particular, people could make vows to do certain things or abstain from certain things for a specific period of time. This chapter is not meant to explain what kinds of vows could be taken or even how those vows were to be made. It's simply emphasizing the importance of keeping the vows once they have been made. Unless they were disallowed, as was possible in certain cases you can read about in the chapter, these vows were to be honored. And to break a vow that was made to the Lord was to sin against Him. Obviously, the people were to be careful when considering making such vows, and warnings would be given in the future about the dangers of making these vows hastily or out of desperation. And it seems that the children of Israel would go on to abuse this particular part of the Mosaic Law. Well, that's all the time we have for today's Daily Bible Breakdown. We'll see you in the next episode.